What's up, mobile gamers? It's Drons or Gigs. Pretty excited for this video today. We're going to be comparing the two Battle Pass heroes that we have gotten so far up against each other. So the first one is going to be Kelvin, and then we'll hop into another game after this and show you guys Fade and how he plays and stuff like that, because I really want to compare these two heroes. So the last two Battle Passes that we got were both for Vanguard heroes. I'm not sure how you guys feel about that. Go ahead and let me know in the comments. I myself am not a very big fan of Vanguard heroes, but I will say that Fade is very fun and Kelvin is super strong. So it's kind of that balance of one is fun and one is, you know, super strong. So we'll just basically show you guys how crazy he is. He's had a lot of changes over the course of the time that we've had him. We're gonna go ahead and help out our Ruby with the Jabali, and then I'll show you guys his passive real quick because we're really low on health. So let's see, what was that, like 5 seconds and we're back up to full. Alright, take out this Jabali real quick. I don't know why he's not holding up his shield. Oh, the chemist actually got us there. I missed the snowball. She gonna get her with the blossom? She got her with the blossom. She's pretty good. Zero Kelvin is very strong. And he's also really fun to play. Like, I really like him. I don't play him because he just talks too much. That's honestly the only reason I don't play him. He runs his mouth a lot. But you're not. Like right when he puts down his snowball, he has this whole spiel that he goes through. You can't stop me. So we'll use our ultimate here because I prefer using hers. And it looks like we almost got all three of them. They're all low. So we got the delayed double kill. And the hunter ran away, because that's what hunters do. So, like I said, really like Zero Kelvin. I'm wishing that they would have released him in a more balanced state, so they don't have to constantly nerf the Battle Pass hero, but that's just how they choose to do it. I'm pretty sure this is a bot, because he just keeps running at me for no reason. And the chemist is honestly probably the biggest threat, and I thought that Ruby was... Oh, I wasted my snowball because I thought the Ruby was the enemy there. I was like, oh no, they're flanking, and it turns out she's just red because of her dress, not because of being an enemy. So Jabali's pretty much a free kill whenever he comes over here. And basically the trick with Kelvin is to really stay by the snowballs. I know a lot of people are like hyper aggressive with Zero Kelvin, and I don't think they really need to be. I think especially if you have his passive, he really is a tank, especially, you know, that's what he's made for. And staying by the snowballs is definitely like a underpowered strategy, because if you're just sitting there and you're smacking the snowballs around all the time, it's not necessarily the best play. So it's really weird how the Ruby just kills her super easily, but we died because there was two of them. Imagine we died of this Jabali right now. But yeah, I think that the passive turns off while you're getting damage, which I'm not fully sure on that. So there's the Zero Kelvin game. As you can see, I wasn't trying at all. I basically was just talking to you guys and not paying attention, and we still got MVP. I mean, we died like, yeah, we died 4 times. We died 4 times because I wasn't paying attention and wasn't really playing very seriously. And now we'll compare him here to Fade. Right, so we're going into this match and we're going to pick Fade. And I'll tell you right now that it takes a lot more for me to use him, but he's really good on these smaller maps. He's a little bit more difficult for me to use personally, just because he doesn't really fit my playstyle as much as somebody like Zero Kelvin, where I can just sit back and relax. But I'm really glad that they released him the way they did, because I don't think he's as busted as Zero Kelvin was on launch. A lot of people are saying he's really strong, but then again, if you look at the actual statistics and you check out all the Vanguard heroes, he's not even really... He's kind of top 3. I've seen a lot of people... Nobody voted really for Ruby when I did the poll, but in the competitive tier list, there's a very large amount of people that put Ruby as S tier because of her flexibility and the fact that her ultimate is kind of slow, kind of brings it down a little bit. But they still put her as S tier even with the trash ultimate. So, whoops, I thought I was playing Kelvin's. Oh my gosh. Yeah, we're dead. See, right away, if you try to do the playstyle of Kelvin with Fade, it just does not work out. We're definitely not going to get MVP after that, because that was terrible, and our team... I really hope they don't just stand back here the whole time. That'd be kind of boring, but going out and dying right away is also not what we want them to do. So, kind of trying to wait for... So, like I can show you guys right here, he's pretty easy to get kills with. I thought we got the health, but I guess not. His Cannonballs are definitely a lot different than the Snowballs, and that's one of the things I don't like about him, is that even though he's definitely more balanced, he does not feel as strong as Kelvin. Alright, I'm gonna grab this splash damage here. Now you can still bounce the Cannonballs kind of similarly to the Snowballs, it just is not as effective. Pretty sure that's a bot. He didn't even try to move. So as you can see, we're definitely facing a tougher team. And there's also the fact that he just can't soak up damage the same way Zero Kelvin does, and I think that's honestly what's holding him back from being a top tier tank, is the fact that he just... You're a sitting duck, even especially if you miss your dash, but even with the dash, you have to be pretty close to them to use his dash and not be like, we'll show you there. So yes, I got the kill, but oh shit, she's gonna kill me. Yep, oh, they're both there, and she blossomed. So like I showed you guys there, he took away half my health and I had no way to regen that, and that's also kind of on Iris, like she should be playing with the team and she's not. But we're not going to be blaming anybody here, we're just going to probably die once the Hualing peaks. Maybe the Mark's going to come out. We're going to get the kill on the Mark and die to Hualing. Oh, we died to Gloria.
Your opponents are about to win.
So they're gonna basically slaughter us, and then we'll talk to you guys about Fade while they do it, because he's definitely an interesting tank. I just don't think that he has the flexibility that Zero Kelvin does, and Zero Kelvin is just way stronger. Like you'll see. So we still died. We rushed her, got slowed down, and the other enemy was able to take us out. And the difference is. Still got SVP though, obviously. The difference is when you compare Fade to Zero Kelvin, and you're looking at them and you're like, okay, well, the dash is pretty similar to rolling the snowball and hitting it at the enemy. But the difference is that Zero Kelvin is still protected way better. And if you get flanked with Fade, you use his ability and you get the kill. And with Zero Kelvin, you put the snowball down. So they have like similar ways of dealing with flankers and different opponents, but I just think that Fade is not in the level of Zero Kelvin. He just does not do as much as a tank, and I know the community definitely ranks him high, but he's just not comparable. I think Zero Kelvin is really strong, and I just wanted to kind of show that to you guys. So you look at the Battle Pass, and we'll go to the rewards here. You got Fade as the Battle Pass hero at level 30 for this season, and if you base it off of the previous season where we got Zero Kelvin, you expect him to be super, super strong. You're like, oh my gosh, Fade's gonna be broken, and I don't really think that's the case. I think Zero Kelvin's really, really good, I don't necessarily think he's the best tank in competitive, and I would definitely pick Jabali and Ruby over him, and for me, Ruby's just kind of a personal preference. But that's kind of the comparison for you guys. Let me know who you prefer in the comments, because I did have Fade in the top 3 for my polls, but that was based on what you guys said. And I think if we take out Jabali and Fort as the top tanks, that Zero Kelvin and Fade will kind of see a bit more use. And so I'll probably actually do a poll again with Fade and Zero Kelvin. So make sure you guys vote on that. Once you see this video, I'll probably drop the poll first and then do the video. That way you guys can vote and then watch the video, or watch the video and then vote, you know, whichever you prefer to do. And let me know in the comments of both of those what you guys think, and what do you think we can do to kind of bring all of these tank heroes a little bit more together and balanced. Because right now it seems to me that Ruby is really strong in competitive play but very weak in casual play, and Jabali is just a strong all-around tank. And then the competitive scene, you actually see Fort drop a little bit in favor of Zero Kelvin. And a lot of people would say that Zero Kelvin just isn't even in the conversation for the best tank, especially based on the polls and what the community says. They don't really put him as high as I personally think he is, especially with how strong he has been on release and since then. Even with what 3 or 4 nerfs, he's still super strong, and you can see that in the gameplay. I mean, I didn't even try. I was just sitting here talking to you guys, getting a 10 bomb. So just kind of shows you the difference in the tanks. And I think these are the main 2 that the conversation should be about. Ruby just needs a buff in general, and so does Victor. And Jabali and Fort are pretty balanced. So I think really the only ones that might need changing are Zero Kelvin and Fade. So let me know what you guys think, and have a good day.